Here's another training from dentalonlinecourses.com. Welcome to our next video. In this video, we're going to be learning how to set up for fillings. There's a file that's attached with the explanation of each instrument that we need, but we're going to show you a step-by-step process so you could get a first view on how it's done in the dental office. Let's begin. Our first step is to make sure that you know that everything is set up in the office, and we have a basic tray setup. In this basic tray setup, we're going to need to first make sure that we have a plastic cover and a paper that's over it, and both of these get changed after treatment. We need to make sure there's plastic on any of the things that we're going to be touching. We need to make sure that we have a high-speed handpiece setup and a slow-speed handpiece setup, and our water syringe ready, and this is disposable. And our first item on the list is the mirror. So the mirror is the first thing that we use, and then after the mirror we use the college pliers. And after that, we're going to need the Explorer and the periodontal probe. These four items constitute the basic setup, and they're required basically for every treatment. That's why it's called the basic setup. After that, we would need any instruments for the filling. In this case, we're using one tool. We call it the gold tool. It's actually a Garrison tool. It doesn't matter. The main thing is it's got a plugger that plugs fillings in. It's got a plastic instrument that helps carves fillings in, and then when we place it right next to it. And the next tool that we're going to be needing is what's called articulating paper. Now, not every office has this holder. Usually you find the articulating paper by itself, and then some offices have the actual articulating paper holder. And what that does is you simply take the holder, you press it, and then you put it on like this, and that way you're ready to roll. We're gonna leave it right here. The next item would be in the steps would be etch, and then we would need a bristle brush. And always you want to make sure that you take it and you bend it at a 45-degree angle. All I did was I pressed it. This thin part right here, let's get it focused. This thin part is bent, and it's at 45 degrees, just like all of our other items. And now the bristle brush that we're going to place right over here, it's used with bonding materials. We're gonna have a whole course on bonding materials, and this one is a universal bonding material, which we're gonna place right over here. After that, we're going to need the filling material. We either use a flowable composite, or we use what's called packable composite, and this is the gun that we use. We call it a gun. Some people call it a composite dispenser. There's other names for it, whatever your office uses. Now, to make this materials hard, we need what's called the curing light, and we have a sleeve that goes over it. That's a disposable sleeve, and then we press the button and we have it ready to go, and that goes into this corner right here. Now we're going to need more disposable items. The next thing on the list is our gauze. The gauze goes into the upper left corner, and then we need at least 2 gauzes and 2 cotton rolls. These are designed for retraction. And then we're going to need a matrix band. We have a whole video on how to set these up. We always want to ask the doctor, but for the video purposes, we created one for one side and one for the other, so you guys understand how it looks. This completes our basic setup for fillings. Some offices might add some materials or other tools, but this is the first look on what we need for a fillings materials setup. If you'd like to have more content, check us out on our website, dentalonlinecourses.com, or visit us on our Instagram page. Here's the information.